everyone, welcome to yet another episode of Conventionally Unconventional. Today we have Miss Shivangi Ojha with us. I'll be addressing her as Shivangi Didi out of respect. So talking about Shivangi Didi, she has graduated from NIT Durgapur, one of the premium institutes. Then she went on to do her MBA from Indian Institute of Management, Kozhikode, another premium institute. And then she joined as a management a consulting analyst for Accenture Strategies, which is one of the most reputable MNCs in the globe. And today we'll be getting knowledge from her on her career journey as well as how she's managing multiple things at once.
Thank you, Partha. Thank you for introducing me to everybody. And I am feeling that kind of warmth from this interview because you're calling me Didi. So, in between the interview, if I call you kid, just don't mind.
It's all good.
So yes, what do you want me to tell you?
Maybe we can start with the motivation for MBA.
The motivation for MBA came from like during the COVID times. I was working as a process engineer in one of the mining firms, and during that time, I realized that the kind of the kind of allure that a village life lacks. I was posted in one of the villages, and there was not much to do. I know that lockdown was for the entire globe, but yet it got really boring. So that was the starting point. It was like a spark inside me, and then I realized that okay, first of all, I have to move out of this place. There were like couple of things I could have done. I could have taken other job, but it was not about the job. It was I liked my job, but the nature of the overall projects and everything which I was getting, I felt like I can do better. The other motivation was of course salary, that if I wanted to, I wanted to have a hike or the salary that I'm getting in 3 years. If I wanted to get a similar kind of salary in that job, it would have taken me easily 10 years. So these were the two primary motivation, and MBA certainly seemed like an easy choice for me.
Right. And Shivangi Didi is also a model by hobby till now. So what about modeling? Like when did it start? Was it before MBA or post MBA?
This is kind of an interesting story. I was one of the tallest kid in my school. In my when I was preparing for JEE also, I was taller than my teachers as well. So one of my teachers, he was my physics professor. He told me that why are you wasting time in the studies and all? Why aren't you modeling? Because you have good height, you have good features. You can go give a shot at modeling. That was just the like germination of that idea. Yet I was always very much allured with idea of pageantry, and I was seeking any kind of fame. I used to watch reality TV shows, Dance India Dance, Singing Idol, everything which can be there. I knew that I want to do something in the showbiz, and because I had a good height, I felt like that yes, I do have a shot here. When I was in my job, with like the one of the mining farm, I quit that job and I came to Mumbai. My sister was living here. After the CAT exam ended, I was like, what do I need to do now? So my modeling was one thing which I was always, very passionate about. So that is how it all started. Like any newbie in this industry, I took a shot at pageantry. I'm not very thrilled with that idea anymore. That okay, I did start it like that, but yes, it gave me some really good friends, some really good connects, and it's been almost 3 years since I have been doing it, and yes, I have met some very wonderful people like along the way.
So to get into modeling, is there a training academy or a coaching center, or anybody can just start by doing a pageantry or approaching the right people?
So yes, as you said, that multiple ways in through which you can get into modeling. I know a lot of people whose parents belong to the same industry, so they have an easy shot because they already have the connect. From my way, what I did is that I took a shot at pageantry. I did not get a quick success over there, but yes, there were like a couple of people who told me that if you want to, do modeling, First thing you need to do, you need to have a proper training. The first thing you need is like you need to have a very good walk, and it's not a normal walk because you need to wear minimum 5 inch, 6 inch heels. And since I was already very tall, I never got a chance to wear heels when I was a kid. So it took me a lot of time. I used to, invest almost daily 1 hour to just walk in heels. People usually take long walks after eating food. I used to wear my heels and roam around in my corridor so that I can train myself. Post which, a couple of my friends asked me to join an agency. There are like multiple agencies in Mumbai which are like people, very good people, very good, supermodels like Alicia Raut, who has a training agency over here. But I chose one of the agency which is in Pune, Confidence and Crowns. It is run by Tanvi Kharote. Tanvi Kharote is Miss India Earth 2020. And she is an excellent teacher. She actually understood what were my weak areas. She gave me in-depth knowledge about the modeling industry and how to quote the right price for the like job you're getting. It was a very good time spent, and I learned a lot from there.
Why did you not choose modeling as your primary career? Why then switch to MBA and then consulting?
I started during COVID times. They were really tough times back then. People were, getting fired left and right. I was the one who actually left my job, and there were a lot of people who were questioning me, "Did you get fired?" Like, no, I actually left my job, and it was a really tough time for modeling world as well. The model, I had a lot of choices. In modeling also, there are like different arenas where you can venture into. The first thing is you can do print modeling, you can do TV commercials, you can do parts modeling. Like there are a lot of models who model for hand jewelry. They have very pretty hands. The ones who have really pretty feet, they can model for anklets. They have, or heels. So like I had a lot of choices. I like over it, like a lot of after a lot of experimentation, I realized that runways are my calling. I remember during my first show, we I was like entering. I was the one who was actually the show opener also. I was crying because it was like, okay, I found my calling. This is where I want to be. But it is a very difficult world to be in. Like I have seen models, the ones who have made it through, and the ones who are actually earning really good. Good for them, but you need to have a backup. I do not see myself doing this 24/7. It is more of a pressure release system. Like when I'm tired of my job and I need somewhere to like bust my stress. That is a world where I can be in. But at the same time, I do need a place from where I can satiate my intellectual self, because in modeling, I would say that kind of stigma holds that people over there, they are more about the looks. I'm gonna get a lot of wrath about this, but yes, they're not very well learned. And world where the MBA world, my proper corporate job, people are intellectually sound. Of course, there is a constant source of income. That is why I think I am sticking to both right now.
That's an interesting point. You break up that modeling helps you release stress, but the picture I had about modeling in my mind was mostly based on Bollywood. So, how accurately does Bollywood portray modeling world?
It does not. How Bollywood comes into picture is a lot of designers want celebrities to wear their premium collection and to walk to the ramps, to like walk into ramps, just to bring a little bit glitz and glamour to that. But yet models are completely different in terms of there is like a certain sophistication that models have, which I do not see in film stars. We do have certain very strict criteria. Now the world is modeling world is also changing in terms of plus size models also coming in. But there is like a lot of time and the work you need to have. If you follow the modeling world, high fashion catwalk, you will see a lot of international models like Gigi Hadid. You should see the kind of you know uh, grace they bring to the runways, and that is not I do not see any time films, Hollywood or Bollywood film stars, being to able to replace that kind of sophistication.
So, along with modeling, you are also into singing and music. So, And I have seen your profile, so you have achieved a lot in that field also. So is it still going on?
So I started singing when I was like 9 years old, and that came from watching. It was Saregamapa, and then I started singing. So I took 6 years of training. Then I did my Prabhakar. I have done my 12th also. My fifth subject was music vocals. After that, college happened. I was too invested in my studies, and somehow I left singing a little bit. I gave it little less thought than the other things which I was doing. But yes, I used to sing like on a continuous basis. But now it has come to a point that I'm not getting enough time. I try to get in touch with my that singer side lately. I started to learn ukulele. I do know how to play a harmonium and normal tanpura, jaltarang. But yes, I need to again harness that singer Shivangi in me. And yeah, that's it.
We would love to hear you sing someday.
Yeah.
Yeah, but now recently there was an unfortunate incident from one of the top consulting firms, and that actually shook the entire corporate world based on work-life balance. And you are able to balance everything so well. How are you able to do so?
I would say that I'm not a very sunny, positive person. I am like I have my sad days where I feel actually very blue and like I get frustrated. But that is where I try to focus more on the modeling side. It's like that world also has a lot of dark side to it. But how do I manage is that initially before like once my MBA ended and like before my joining the Accenture strategy, there was like a 4 month gap within which I did a lot of shows, I did a lot of TV commercials, and then like after that I joined, I did not get much time. So how I am doing it that on weekends I try to invest my time and energy to that modeling side, and on weekdays I try to get all my work done. And if I get like my work done early, I do prioritize my health also, because you need to be in shape. I have started to learn swimming, so I swim to release that pressure on weekdays, or I try to play ukulele. So that is how I'm juggling between everything, and trying to hold myself and not get too much overwhelmed. But it is kind of exciting also when you have a lot of things going around. It might happen that something is something is stressing you out. You just take your mind off it and focus on something else.
I think I'll take two key takeaways from this. The first one is when I was researching you, I thought, okay, C would be the person who would be always positive, optimism would run in her veins. But after hearing you, it seems like you are also more of a human where you also have your gloomy days. But the second takeaway comes here that instead of going into that vicious cycle of again feeling bad, doing the thing that makes you feel bad, and then again feeling more gloomy, you try to focus your energy on something that makes you happy. And if the second option doesn't work, you have a third, fourth, fifth option to do it. And any last parting words before we wrap up this video?
uh,
Any
I'm
advice for
not a
our viewers?
I'm not as like a person who gives key messages all the time. I hate such people actually who try to act like idols that okay I do like you do this and do that. I just shut up. Do your work, eat, sleep, do some exercises, and then let others live. I am that kind of person, so I don't have any messages. And in case you're getting like one thing which I already said, that in case you're getting really frustrated, talk to your loved ones. Try to invest your energy in like somewhere else. That is about it.
Okay, so the key message that Shivangi Didi shared is shut up and do your work. All right,
Thank
but
you, Partha. Thank you. It was really nice talking to you.
thanks, Shivangi Didi, for taking out time of your schedule and doing this podcast with us. Thank you so much.
No problem.